Good morning guys, and thanks for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day as a vegan on Slimming World. If you're new, my name's Leanne, thanks for coming by, and if you're coming back, as always, thanks ever so much for doing so. Today is Thursday and I've had one coffee so far today for 100 mils of Al per Almond Barista for 1 syn. I've also just made my breakfast. You'll recognise my bacon and mushroom pitta, 3 syns for the Richmond streaky rashers, 4 of them. Mushrooms for speed, and wholemeal pitta for my healthy extra B choice. Hey guys, so it's mid-afternoon. It's actually about 2:30 and I suddenly realised I hadn't had any lunch and I was quite hungry. So I've just gone and grabbed like loads of random things and I'm calling it lunch. Okay, so this is my random selection of stuff. I'm not even reheating this, how sad. So this is some leftover Greek style tofu and some giant couscous from the other day. Would be better if I reheated them, but whatever, that's fine. It'll be fine as it is. And to go with it, I've got some coconut and lime love beets, which is sin-free. I mean, you know, the fact it's sin-free is just because it's got a bit of flavour in it. We all know it's speed, really. So that's kind of like my main. And then I've also brought in the rest of the melon from yesterday, and also some bloobs because I just fancied them. So a random selection of stuff, but all completely sin-free and a decent amount of speed. Guys, look at my lazy tea. Yeah, so I left it too late to eat and I can't really bother to make anything. So I've just done the laziest tea I possibly could. I've got leftover pasta from last night. I've got some of the Richmond char grilled chicken pieces. I've got cucumber, my last few tomatoes, sad, because I would have had more. I've got some of that Cajun love beets beetroot. I've got the last bit of my hummus that I made the other day. And I've got a whole bag of pea shoot and mixed baby leaf salad hiding under there. It's literally half the bowl. And then over the top, I've got 2 teaspoons of my za'atar smoked oil. So that's 4 syns. The hummus is 3 syns. I think it's 3 for this portion. I'll double check. Yeah, I think that's right, because it was a quarter. The whole thing was 11, so I called it 3. Yeah, 3 for a quarter. So yeah, so the whole thing, that makes it 7 syns. And then I've just put some Slap Your Mama over the top as well. Hi guys. my hair is shoved up, so just ignore that. Yeah, it's the end of the day and I'll just show you my diary. Okay, so here we are. 2 coffees today, so 200 mils of Al per Almond Barista for 2 syns. Obviously my normal bacon and mushroom pitta for 3 syns. My sort of picky snacky lunchy thing, well, it wasn't really snacky, but leftovers lunch was sin-free. And then dinner, I had hummus, and then I said 2 teaspoons of oil when I was doing it earlier and I showed you, but actually then I remembered that I'd also mixed 1 teaspoon through the pasta as well, like to loosen it up a bit. So it was actually 3 teaspoons of oil. So it was 9 syns there. So that was 12, and then 14 in total. So a good day. I'm pretty pleased with that. Nice variety of speed foods, and it was all very easy. Do you guys want to see my bullet journal? So this is my bullet journal. I'm not gonna lie, I have started, I had to make like some big corrections in there because I really hated what I was doing. So I've just been like working on it. So this is the one I've got the little B on the front. And then I was like trying to like learn how to write nicely. This is my cover page, which I just kept really, really simple. And then I've got my index and my key. Not my best work, but I tried. And then I've got my future log, which I did in the form of a Dutch door. I've still got to transfer a lot of stuff into this from my wall calendar. Then I have done a media of the year spread. This is like a stencil set from Oops a Daisy, which is my new addiction. But yeah, so this is like a media of the year. So like you record like the media that you watch and read and consume each month. And then basically pick a winner for the month. So this is the monthly roundup. So you pick your winner for the month and then note it in the box. Then pick a winner from these two boxes. So for example, for January, focus please. For January, my winners were the film Lift, and then in February it was the series Deadwater Fell. And out of those two, I decided I preferred Lift, so that was my winner. And then March, my winner was Blood and Water TV series, which I love, but I've still got some more to watch later this year, so it might make a reappearance. And then of course that the book that I really enjoyed, which was None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. So the book won out, and then I need to decide which one's going to win out of those two, and then you just kind of repeat that going through to then get to your finalists, and then hopefully at the end of the year should get a winner. So that's quite a fun little spread to have in a bullet journal. I really like it. And the layout is with stencils I got from It's Daisy, as I said, which is my new obsession. Anyway, this is my other like big spread, which is my like monthly weight loss, and I didn't really know how to, like, I wanted to have like an overall weight tracker thing, but I didn't really know how to do it. So I decided on a bar chart, which would be the nicest way. It's a smudge. And then I've used just some washi tape. This is from like a theme, quarterly like theme box called Simple. Again, oops daisy, not Spawn. But yeah, so I just used the coordinating washi tapes with the stickers to fill in the bar charts. So that's quite nice to have like a visual representation. So like February, that was my best month, where I lost 12.5 pounds. And that was the one I got slimmer of the month in actually, which was nice. And then yeah, these pages I've just edged with these little gold stars, because they're like kind of league table-y things. And then my Rebel badge spread is super simple, but I just wanted like an overall like list. Why won't this focus properly? I just wanted like an overall, there we go, list of like the badges that I was currently doing. So that's that. It's just like a good easy reference. And then we come on to May. So I've already showed you guys my May like opening page or cover page. So this is where I had to improvise a bit, because I actually took out a whole section of pages here, and then it was really messy. So I was like, okay, what can we do to like neaten it up? So I've just used my washi tape. Obviously my May theme is like hexagon, bees, spring, stuff like that. So I creatively used washi tape that just will not stick, even though I used my little glue roller behind there as well. But oh well. And then I also used like a thin one there as well, and then obviously I've edged it top and bottom. And then this is my gratitudes page. So part of this is like my creative thing at the moment, because like it's like trying to find a layout that works for me, that I'll actually use. So I'm trying to keep it quite simple, but at the same time cover all the stuff that I want to. But at the same time, it's got to be, I've got to use it, you know? And that was why I ended up taking out a lot of pages, or a chunk of pages, because I just, it was not working for, sorry, excuse me. It was not working for me. And then a couple of the pages that were working for me were stuck in the middle of the ones that weren't. And I had them clipped together, but then it didn't work. And I was just like, do you know what? This is doing my head in. So I took the executive decision to destroy the book a little bit, which is annoying, because if you look, it's, oh my God, focus. Why does my phone hate me? So yeah, you can see that there is a gap here from where I've taken out a little chunk, but anyway. So yeah, so every day I've been doing like a gratitude or a highlight, and just like a little like few lines, which I thought was a really cute idea. And like I just really it's a nice thing to make you reflect, you know. Anyway, so then the next page, this is where we come into like the rest of May, really. So this is something that I really wanted to do. And this is where I'm going to do this every month, and I'm keeping a visual spread of my media consumed. Now, you'll notice there's quite a lot on here. And I'm not going to lie, I was a bit shocked when I realised that this is all stuff I've been watching in May. However, what I will say is, for example, you've got 90210 there. I've watched 2 episodes with Mum because that's what we're starting on Tuesdays. The Assunta Case was obviously like a limited series. That's like a one-off documentary. There's been about 6 episodes of Grimm. I'm watching them with a reactor that I follow. My favourite reactor, Travis Views. There's a few films and things in here. They're basically all watched with reactors because that's how I like to consume media at the moment, it would appear. And then we've got a bit of Below Deck. Again, you've got, this is down, I think that's Down Under there. Yeah, that's Below Deck Down Under. So again, me and Mum usually watch an episode, like 2 episodes on a Sunday if she comes over after going to my sister's. So that's why I included that. So it looks a lot when you look at it, but actually it's all kind of like partially what I've watched, except for the films, because yeah. And then I'm also including, but this is actually the book I'm reading at the moment, Kate Morton's Homecoming. It's good so far. It's taking me a minute to get into it because honestly I've just been reading a little bit at night, which is like my standard amount of reading, but yeah, if I get more chance, I would like to get my teeth into it a little bit more. But yeah, I just do a few pages at night before bed. I always read at night, just a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, I watched some films. I watched the odd episode of CSI. That one was like a one-off documentary. What else have we got? Happy Valley, currently watching with a different reactor. And then Race Across the World, which is one of my favourite programmes. So I already rewatched the whole of Series 1. And then I'm currently partway through rewatching Series 2. Series 4 is actually what's current at the moment, but I remembered that I only got partway through Series 3 for some reason. So I thought I'll just rewatch from the beginning because I really like Race Across the World. If you guys haven't watched it, I thoroughly recommend it. It's on BBC, so you can get it on iPlayer. That's like how I get it. You can, oh my God, it's just so good. So it's got so much to it because it's got the elements of the fact, like if you don't know what it is, basically it's, yeah, so if you don't know what it is, basically it's, they take 5 pairs of people, ordinary people, and they challenge them to get from one destination to another using only the cost of the airfare, and the rule is that they're not allowed to fly. There's other little bits that they've given them, such as, you know, like they sort of say like only a couple of you can go this route, a couple can go this route, etc. So like the first series is the longest. It's something like the longest distance that you can get to from London overland, and basically it's Singapore, which is unbelievable. There is some boats involved, but they could have gone by land. No, I think they all had to go on the boat across an inland sea that I can't remember. Is it the Caspian Sea? Or is that Narnia? Awkward. I'm sure it's the Caspian Sea. Anyway, oh no, it's Prince Caspian is Narnia, isn't it? Yeah, so it's so good. But the thing is, it's like you might get like there's a father and a son who kind of have fallen out of closeness with each other. You've got a couple of best friends who've been best friends since they were kids and don't necessarily meet up, and one of them's going for a divorce now, and it's just like the right time. You've got like an older couple, things like that. Like it's a really interesting dynamic. So they're all traveling only in their pairs, and then they take like a camera with them, but then also at times they have like crew filming them, and there's always like a support car following them. You don't really see it in the series. You do in the second one for a reason, but I won't mention that now in case you haven't watched it. But there is always a support crew following. But the idea is that they've got to get like, so for example, the airfare that they've got is like for the London to Singapore one, it's not very much money. It's a lot of money, but like to do what they're doing, it's like 1,000 miles or something crazy. And it's like £1,600 or something per person. And it's 5 weeks of like traveling, and basically what they do is they have various checkpoints along the way that they have to get to, and then they have to wait there for I think 72 hours before they like make them set off for the next one. But it's as much about the traveling and the planning and the money and the, you know, how they do it like ingeniously, and they talk to the locals, and like they might get lifts with people, and then sometimes they've got like a job directory that they get given, so they can choose to stop and work in places to top up their funds a little bit. So they might do like a day on a farm somewhere, and like maybe they'll get board and lodging and a free meal or something like that. And it's so good because it's all about the personal relationships as well. So there's so much to it. Like it's so much more than what it says on the tin. And it's so interesting, particularly that first season, seeing the different cultures, like even watching it the second time now, I was like, I can't believe that these people are like going through and experiencing all of this over land. And then even like, you know, because they go through the obvious European countries to start with, but then it very quickly goes through and then into, I guess, Asia. It's mad. Like I can't explain how good it is. If you haven't watched it, please check it out. Like it's like 1 hour episodes, and there's only like 6 of them, and like each episode is like, you know, getting to the next checkpoint. So like they don't like dilly-dally, but it's like honestly it's the stuff with the relationships and like what they discover about themselves on the way, and then they have little flashbacks to like their interviews before they started, and you see them now and you're like, my god, it's like different people. Like it's so good, so good. Please watch it. Anyway, I'm going to show you the rest of my journal so that I can wrap this up and actually go to bed. Anyway, so yeah, Race Across the World, watch it. Also, watch Grimm if you haven't watched that. That's literally one of my favourite TV series of all time. I love it so much. This is just my notes because if you're wondering how I get these little pictures, I just Google like the cover pages for them, and then I save the best picture that I find, and then I got one of those little HP sprockets. It's like a little photo printer. And then what I do is create a collage of 4 of these pictures so that I can cut it into 4. So for 4 of these, I'm only using one of the little photo papers, but they're like stickers on the back. So it's such a good little printer. I got the pink one. I haven't got it near me to show you guys, but I got the pink one. I found it on Amazon, and the reason that I got it now, or the other week when I got it, was because it was something crazy like 50 quid off. So it was £60 instead of like 110 or something, but all the other colours were still the main price. So top tip, check different colours of things when you want to buy them, because honestly I don't really care about the colour. So for me, I was just like, I just want the little photo things that are on stickers. So that's what I got. So that's my May media. And like I said, I'm planning on doing this every month. So then I've got a nice visual spread. Then I can pick the thing that I enjoyed the most. And to be honest, I think what I'll be doing is trying to find something, you know, new. Because a lot of this is rewatch stuff, if I'm totally honest. But, you know, that's what I do. A lot of the time I have stuff on in the background as well while I'm doing stuff. So I'm always not really watching. Anyway, then I've got like daily and weekly tasks. I made myself a great big spread for that. And then this is what I was doing tonight, which has taken me a ridiculously long time because I wanted it to be perfect. Because my initial dashboard that I tried to set up didn't really work for me at all, and I ended up kind of ignoring it. So this is the new one that I've created for May, and I really thought about it before I did it, and kind of wrote down my ideas of what I wanted to include and what would be actually useful to include, because I had all kinds of stuff before. So again, I just need to transfer in my stuff that I have, like appointments for and planned and stuff. I realise that we're halfway through now, but I have been sort of journaling since the beginning of May. So yeah, I'm really pleased with my little design here. Like just I'm basically trying to match the washi tape because it's purple and yellow, so I'm going with purple and yellow for my or an orangey colour, although that is meant to be a red pen, but it showed up better than the yellow. So yeah, but yeah, and I've got lots of little bees. I think this little guy here is my favourite because he's got a funny little trail and he's going off to the next month, which I thought was quite cute. But yeah, I'm gonna I'll add like some patterns and stuff around it, maybe. I don't know. I don't want it to look, oh my god, focus. I don't want it to look messy, but we'll just see as I go. So this is a layout I think is going to work a lot more. And then I've just got my weekly layouts, and I'm only doing it from this week because there's 0 point going backwards in time. So I don't mind that at all. But what I have done, I haven't quite decided on my weekly layout yet, but I have decided on having this little calendar in the corner with a highlight through for the current week. So it's week 3, and then I've got the title week 3. And then this will be like a whole weekly spread. So I'll have 7 boxes or areas at least for each day. But what I also want to include on there is a rolling task list. And there was something else that I've totally forgotten as well. Yeah, so I just set up those pages ready, week 4 and week 5. And then if I want to do anything else, I can just do it after. But I think that will end up being how I do this each month. Like my standard sort of set of pages at the beginning. And then if I want to add more like daily spreads or anything like that at the end of the weekly spreads, then that's cool. And obviously any miscellaneous stuff as well. So yeah, I'm a bit annoyed that I've kind of ruined the book by tearing out that big section, but it is what it is. Anyway, I really love this page. I just think that looks so cool with all the little covers. And also this one I'm really pleased with. I know it seems really simple, but it's like, yeah, I really like it. It just feels really organised to me. Like I can get on board with this. Was one that I had trouble with because like, how do you handle recurring tasks? And then this is the way that I ended up doing it. And it's kind of to encourage me to get back in the habit of keeping stuff up together in my life, because I haven't made any secret of the fact that I am struggling at the moment. I'm very aware that like sitting and playing with a bullet journal all evening is pure procrastination rather than doing anything actually useful. But, you know, I feel I just like everything's so like muddly in my head. I just feel like I need to, I just feel like I just, having everything in one place, I feel like is just the right way forward for me. And it was just a case of trying to find a way to make it work. So, yeah, everything I've just shown you is like the culmination of that, which has been a few weeks. Like, as I said, like I've just been sat in front of the TV tonight, just, you know, drawing it all out. While I watch TV. Do you want to know what I watched tonight? My current obsession, because I watched, I assume everyone here has seen Baby Reindeer. So my latest obsession has been this interview with Piers Morgan that he did with the real life Martha, so this Fiona Harvey character. I mean character as in person, not like character as in she's fictional. She's a real person. But so one of the things I really love to do is watch like analyses of things. So, I mean, that interview itself is so interesting and controversial in its own right, but ignoring that, very interesting. And so I've watched a few, there's like there's two body language channels that I really like, one of which is Observe. So he did a shorter video, I would say, and missed a few things. I was a bit disappointed. I feel like he rushed it out a little bit. But the one I was waiting for, and I was really, really hoping, and I've kept checking their page, and then today it like popped up tonight, and that's the behaviour panel. And that one's really good because you've got 4 like body language and behavioural like experts, and they 3 of them are American and 1 guy's English, but they all got very slightly different like specialities and backgrounds, so they kind of each take it in turns to say like what they interpret about stuff, and then like they might agree or they might disagree on parts, and it's quite interesting because it's a bit more dynamic than one person giving their opinion, which is why I really like that channel. Anyway, so my whole viewing this evening has literally been their video, which is 2.5 hours long. It's crazy. It's like a bloody long feature film, so that was nice while I was doing that. But they were analysing this Fiona Harvey interview. To be honest, not really anything new, and they pointed out all the obvious bits, but it's really interesting hearing a bit of the like theory behind it, and a bit of discussion around it. Yeah, so that was really good. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, then definitely check out the behaviour panel. But yeah, I like Observe as well. But yeah, in this case, theirs was definitely the better video. There's been loads of videos about it. The other guy, who's the Popcorn Planet, he actually, oh my God, guys, seriously, I'm obviously in talking mode. I'm really sorry about this. So if you've switched off by now, then it's okay. But there was a follow-up. This is so good. If you haven't seen this, you need to go check it out as well. So you have to go to the Piers Morgan Uncensored YouTube channel, and they've got a follow-up interview with 5 people talking about that Fiona Harvey interview, and it's the maddest thing because he's got this one woman in the studio, and then he's got the king, oh my God, I'm gonna get it wrong, it's like a king's court, I don't want to say barrister because it's not a barrister, but it's like the highest like lawyer type person in our country, but I'm sure is it King's Counsellor maybe? I don't know why I've got King's Court in my head, but anyway, so basically this guy may take on the Fiona Harvey case against Netflix, may not. The amount of case will be debatable, and is an interesting topic in itself. But so it had that guy on it. I think there was someone else, but then there was 2 YouTubers, one of which is a very pleasant guy from America who I haven't seen before, but the other one was Popcorn Planet. And like, it was so funny because he was just laughing the whole time because the woman that Piers had in the studio was honestly the rudest, craziest woman. Like, it was like watching, I don't know if she was drunk, but she acted like she was, or like a little child that doesn't know when to shut up and like behave. It was embarrassing. It was literally like watching someone who isn't like socially well developed, I think would be a way to say it, because she just keeps, every time they ask questions, she interrupts. Someone's talking, she's in the background, no, like just, I can't even explain it. You have to watch it. It is the most frustrating and intriguing bit of footage. So yeah, crazy. And I think they were like muting her mic in part of it, because then Piers started getting really quiet, and then every time he would talk, you would sort of hear his voice like get slightly louder because you could tell they were sort of turning the dial up, or however they do it. And but that's what the way it comes across. And it's like, because of course he's in the studio next to this woman who was just, oh my God, it's the rudest thing. You have to watch it. I've never seen anyone on a TV panel act like her, or at least, well, a YouTube channel in this case, but obviously he's TV, but that was for the YouTube channel. Yeah, so anyway, there's some entertainment recommendations for you guys. And if you're following the Fiona Harvey baby reindeer debacle, which I am because I'm just so fascinated by the whole thing, I won't give my opinions on it too much, but yeah, wild. Anywho, right, I really need to go and sleep, and I'm very happy with how today's gone Slimming World wise. I'm happy with my bullet journal. I had a lovely time watching the behaviour panel, and it's been a decent day in terms of that. What it hasn't been a decent day in terms of is me being an adult, i.e. living my life and tidying up the kitchen. So tomorrow after work and maybe on my lunch break, I'm gonna try and tackle things and get up to date again, because I can't live like this. It's doing my nut in. So I was gonna swear then. So yeah, and in fact I have to do that because I have no like cooking, eating implements left. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm going a bit like crazy today. Oh well, if you're still here, thanks very much. Appreciate you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.